It is Rachel and John. Mine is Rachel, who's coming in here in a little bit here, but it's your Jagoff Late Night, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're here at 5 Foster Plaza every Friday, and the 5s are what's critical. 5 o'clock on Fridays, and it's 5 Foster Plaza. Appreciate you come down. We always have a few snacks or maybe a few cocktails ready for you, and it's fun when we watch everybody kind of play around and get to network with each other. We're in the theater here, but before we get to that, the blog has been going on for almost 10 years, calling out Jags, people that are, in a tasteful manner, people that are embarrassing the rest of us Pittsburghers that are doing good things. And the picture we have up here is, we all know that person. Maybe you've been that person. The McKees Rocks Bridge just got finished, and so we're all back to normal bad driving habits. You come up McKees Rocks Bridge from McKees Rocks to turn on to Route 65 in the morning. It's 2,371 cars long, and there's always that one person who thinks they need to get to work earlier than everybody else, slides all the way up and puts their turn signal on at the third car before the turn and tries to egg in there. I don't know. Are you one of those people that lets them in? I'm not. But I'm mad at you if you do let them in. Anyways, learn how to be patient. You Jagoff, stay in line. All right. The other thing is that we're still doing Singing the Signs down in Market Square. Market Square is open despite all of the construction. So maybe we'll get some of our guests tonight to go down to Market Square. There are sign lyrics parodies down there, and we need you to go down there, sing the sign, tag us and the Downtown Partnership, and you're probably going to get a gift card from somewhere down there. But bottom line is Market Square is open. And so speaking of that, Market Square is open and the Space Bar is wide open. So Dale and Elizabeth, welcome to your Jagoff Late Night.
It's great to be here.
Thank you.
All right, so very unique setting in the bar, and you were just talking to one of our upcoming guests about this is locally owned. This is not a franchise. It's all your own ideas. And as a matter of fact, the window to outer space is what we talked about. So first of all, welcome. Tell us a little bit about how long the Space Bar has been in Market Square and what you guys are doing.
So we're coming up on our 2nd year anniversary. So our 2-year birthday will be in November. We opened on Light Up Night in 2023.
The Terrible Twos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're crossing through our sophomore year now. This is something that we created with our bare hands. We got on our hands and knees and put the flooring in, and we cleaned every inch of that space. And what was a greasy spoon brick place is now a sleek starship. I mean, it is a spaceship when you walk in. So very cool.
It's beautiful. It came out of our brains, and our friends helped to create it. It's all Pittsburgh handmade, really.
Yeah, the walls are made by a local artist named Murph McCullough. And we had my brother built the universe that you fly through. So when you step on board the Space Bar, you're on a ship called the Oasis. And you walk in and you see to the left of you basically a 20-foot window to outer space. So the universe is going by. That universe was created by my brother, who's a video game developer. And you can't find that anywhere online, anywhere else. You can only find that in our space. So you really feel like you're flying when you're in Space Bar.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yeah, and then our drinks are world-class drinks. We're really proud of them, and we make them all fresh in-house. So we don't buy mixers. We create them all fresh in-house by hand. They're original recipes, and then we enhance the smell, the flavor, the look of the drink using scientific processes.
I love it. It's all based on science. When you walk in there, it really is a unique experience. And, when I do think it's interesting when someone walks in there, they go, oh, I've been in one of these in Houston or Dallas. And no, you have not. Right? That's the unique part of it all.
It gets deeper and deeper, I think, the more you get in. And you also, there's special nods to Pittsburgh and to our history in the space program. Whether you know it or not, Pittsburgh has been very influential in the space program up until now. And going forward, the Artemis program is here in the city as well. There's glass on our top shelf that's actually PPG glass from the 1960s, from the NASA Apollo era, and it was used in the chemistry labs in Houston. It was given to me by a friend of my grandfather's who was also at NASA in Houston.
I don't know that astronauts eat nachos, but we had nachos at your place, and they're quite good, by the way. Yeah. So you have some food items as well, right?
We do, but we're really leaning into cocktails.
Okay.
We want you to come into the drinks and think about each drink as sort of its own kind of unique gastronomic experience.
It's artisan. What we say, it's artisan.
For
All right,
sure.
so what do the crowd here is having a few sips of something alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So what are we, I love the glass, it's clinging. What are we drinking here?
This is the Tartouine Sour. And that is,
Oh, that's really good.
it's delicious. It's a very
That really is.
tropical drink. It's made with soursop, passion fruit, makrut lime leaf, pandan leaf, and it's clarified in coconut milk. We make this in a non-alcoholic version and a gin version.
Is this, you brought this drink because it's your favorite, it travels well, or?
This is a world-class drink. This is, when you come in, you have this, you approach it and you think, okay, it's crystal clear, it looks like a glass of water,
Yeah.
right? And then you taste it or smell it even and go, wow, that's the most
I smell the coconut.
It's the most colorful drink you can get, actually, despite being crystal clear. So
Yeah,
we want
mine's
that-
a little green.
That's a little
That's
bit of
a
a
light.
magic trick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Oh, it's our lights?
No.
Oh, you have a light in it.
We
Oh,
do
okay.
have a light in it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's so sweet.
Everything a space bar does a little bit something to trick you into going, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. Well, I just did it. Yeah, for sure. So you guys are open.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. And parking is not awful. It's so easy to get down to Market Square.
It's
at
only
this point.
$6 at the garage on Wood and
Right.
Third Avenue.
Yeah.
And then free after 6 o'clock on the streets. So, I mean, really, parking, people tell me parking is bad downtown, but if you've ever tried to park in Lawrenceville or in, I mean, it's hard
Way
everywhere.
easier
this is
downtown.
your-
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, what do we want to know all about the Space Bar? We want to get everybody down there, but when I walk in, can I go, hey, Elizabeth, hey, Dale, you Jagoff, I'd like a drink? Like, you'll know it's a term of endearment, right?
Yeah, we love it. We're in the part of Market Square where people tend to walk through on their way to the ball games. So we get a lot of folks in visiting. We get a lot of folks in who are in their Pirates jerseys as well, or any other sport, frankly.
We also get people that come in costume, which is always really fun. Right?
Is that right?
There's a big cosplay community here, so
Yeah.
they come in, and people often just come in space gear of some kind of little nod to outer space. We also do attract. We've had astronauts come in.
Yeah.
We've had people that we have our resident rocket scientists
We do.
there. We have people that work in the space industry come in all the time. One time, the whole entire bar was taken up by members of SpaceX. Or Space Force.
Space Force.
Space
Yeah.
Force, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the reason we chose space is because it's hopeful. Like if you walk into a sleek starship and you have to start imagining yourself in the future, that's an optimistic thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And so we wanted that because we feel like, especially coming out of the pandemic and like where we are in the world, it felt like we need hope. We need stuff to be excited about, and this feels exciting when you're in space.
All right, so we want to make sure you give the website, but we can't let you do that unless you answer our Rohrich Honda question of the day.
Okay.
We're talking about ballparks with one of our guests today, being the sacred ground. From your childhood neighborhood, what was the sacred ground? If you go by, you go, oh, I remember. Dale.
I grew up in Arlington, Texas, so I literally went to school and played ball in like T-ball in the place that was ripped up and turned into the ballpark in Arlington. I watched Nolan Ryan throw no-hitters there. I watched Pudge Rodriguez throw people out there. So growing up, that was my sacred space.
Nice. We're talking to Dale and Elizabeth from the Space Bar in Market Square. Elizabeth, what is your sacred place from childhood?
When I was a little girl, I lived in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and the Allentown Fairgrounds was totally my sacred place. I saw Donnie and Marie and Michael Jackson and Sonny and Cher and Liza Minnelli play there. And it was just amazing. Every year it was the thing that you waited for. But then I moved to Hollywood, California.
There you go. One more time, what's the website for Space Bar?
Spacebarpittsburgh.com, all that spelled out.
Nice. We appreciate you guys coming. And now we're going to
Thank
step
you.
out and see a little People's Gas message about locating the locator.
the best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing, is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college, or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted a change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to Yajagoff Late Night. And so I love Pitsburgh, 6 degrees of separation and 6 degrees to good deeds, because we've heard about cancer bridges for quite some time. I was talking to Jen. Jen's talking to your executive director. We end up with you, Bre, and we're so excited that we get to talk to Bre Regan. And you are going to tell us a little bit more about why Cancer Bridges is so important, and something important is happening on September the 19th.
Yeah, Cancer Bridges is an amazing organization. You know, we have some fantastic medical facilities here in the city of Pittsburgh, fantastic doctors that help care for individuals with cancer. And the medical aspect is great, but Cancer Bridges really helps bridge that gap of that social, physical, emotional support for individuals that are impacted by cancer. And so we do that through a variety of free supports and services. And so some of those include social events, which, you know, as we're plugging the September 19th, our celebration of courage for children that, you know, have been impacted by pediatric cancer. And so it's a night to honor them, to support their bravery, and a night of community for families to come together and honor those that are impacted by pediatric cancer.
Bre, could you get a little into the woods more about Cancer Bridges? Because we know we've done some work with other charities that raise money for wigs, raise money for gas cards and support, family support. This is supporting everybody, including, as a matter of fact, your event, including people that aren't currently impacted by cancer, right? The caregiver, anybody like this.
Yeah. So anybody, when somebody is diagnosed with cancer, it's not just the individual that is impacted. It's anybody in that person's life. So we support, you know, siblings, parents, grandparents. We've supported school districts and teachers and students. And so it's a variety of individuals. We support those that are diagnosed. We support those that have a loved one that has cancer, a cancer diagnosis, or a friend. And then we also support those that have lost somebody to a cancer diagnosis.
Do you talk to people that are healthcare providers as well? You know, I can't imagine a more difficult job than working on an oncology floor, let alone on a pediatric oncology floor. Do the medical staff reach out to you all as well?
Yeah, we do have some that have reached out to us for either individual supportive counseling, or sometimes they'll come to our building for a wellness retreat. It just kind of depends what the organization needs, but we work really closely with a lot of the medical providers in the city.
And so for my non-technical mind, Cancer Bridges is sort of that first call you're making, no matter how you're affiliated. And then do you have resources that maybe are going to the more specifics? Like John said, if somebody is in need of, insert the need, you're able to kind of connect that as well?
Yeah. It would be wonderful if everybody, when they were first diagnosed, is able to call us and just get set up. We ask everybody that they become a member with us, and that just gives them access to all of our free supports. And membership is free. And then each of us at that work there, we're a staff of 12, small but mighty. Yeah, each of us take the time to call and welcome new members and to make sure they're connected with the supports. Some right away jump into our specific support groups, our one-on-one counseling, or even just, you know, a jewelry making class.
Sure.
And others are kind of like, you know, this is taking me a while to process. I need a little bit of time. And then they reach back out whenever they're ready in their journey. So we're there.
I think you know this. I work with 412 Thrive regularly, you know, which is very much, it's very nation specific. And I say all the time, I'm very fortunate I did not have breast cancer, but I can still be among those to help support people who have. And it's the biggest fear that we have as women. You know, it's the annual mammogram and you're like, ugh, oh my gosh. So we all can relate to that feeling, to that, you know, anticipation, but we have not walked that journey. So that being said, everybody has their own kind of thing. And I know that there are women who have said, I'm just not ready yet. I know that I need to get there, or, hey, this event convinced me to do it, right? So it's all about the timing and all about meeting people where they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, you know, as somebody, I work with children. I run the family and youth program that we have. And so when working with parents, it's really about meeting our parents where they are and making sure that when I'm working with their children and explaining cancer to the kids or talking about maybe a diagnosis that might be terminal, we are on the same page, me and the parent, and we're understanding what we want to convey to this child. So it's very important to meet people where they are.
One of the things I was in a process of, I did a series of videos with one of my friends who had pancreatic cancer. We had a long history. And so he wanted to document his process. And one of the things that he realized is that people would whisper the C word, and he would say, look, I'm still Tony. I still want you to talk to me. That's one way of handling it, however you're comfortable. And I think that's what you're saying is that, he just wanted people to understand, yes, he's sick. And yes, he looks a little bit different. But in the meantime, he still would love for you to just tell him another fart joke or something like that. That's, just be the basic tone.
Is that your new hashtag, Cancer Bridges? We tell fart jokes. I feel like that's yeah.
Sure, we do.
Yeah. And I think that's what's really interesting is that he handled it in that way, and he helped other people become more comfortable talking to him.
Right.
Is that similar to the kind of counseling you do, or you don't force anybody in a particular direction, I guess?
No, we don't force anybody. We definitely don't shy away from the word cancer. It is something that we use very openly. We don't, during our social events or our, like I say, an art class, we don't make people talk about a cancer diagnosis, but they do know that they're there surrounded by others that may be going through the same thing as them. And the same thing goes with parents. Sometimes they're not ready to have that full conversation. So it's kind of working with them and helping them get to where they need to be.
All right. So where I need to be is September 19th. Where? What are all the details for this event?
Yeah, so September 19th, down in the Strip District at our Cancer Bridges headquarters. We're on 28th and Smallman. We have a parking garage across the street. And for our members, we validate up to 3 hours of parking. So that's, wonderful being in the Strip District. And we start at 5:30. It's a free event, and we'll start with dinner, which, of course, is kid-friendly chicken fingers and mac and cheese and some salad. And then we have some community partners coming in to run some activities, and we will also be providing activities. And it's just a night of community and fun and really a way to just honor those that have been impacted by pediatric cancer.
And Bre, the answer question of the night is there parking in that Strip District?
Yeah, right across the street at the Hive Garage. Yeah.
Yes.
Jump across the street. It's perfect.
Right. Exactly. All right. So,
but where can everybody find out more information and go online, follow you guys on social media? What's all that?
Yeah, we are on LinkedIn, and Instagram, Facebook. Our website's cancerbridges.org, and our phone number is 412-338-1919.
And if people want to donate, just in general, they're hearing this, but they can't attend, they could just go to your website and donate as well.
Yes, absolutely. Or send an email that's on our website, or they can give us a call.
Donate time as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're a staff of 12, we rely so heavily on our volunteers. They are the heart and soul of what we do. We could not do things without them. They run all of our classes, our support groups. We have a week-long camp for kids, and I could not do that camp without all of our volunteers because we have over 50 kids in the building, and we really need all the help. So, yeah, always looking for volunteers.
Bre Regan, thank you so much for joining us, but you cannot get away that quickly. The Rohrich Honda question of the day is, you've heard us talking about the iconic grounds that, people have ventured, because Robbie talks about that throughout his book. What are the grounds that you sort of miss your melancholy, or you want to reflect on from your childhood?
Yeah, my backyard as a kid, we had a swimming pool, so everybody was always at our house. And then behind that, we had woods. And we were of that generation that you don't come in till the street lights go on. So we are outside constantly and playing in the woods, clay pits, bugs, animals, who knows. And my friends, I've been friends with them since first grade. We are still friends to this day, and that's where I met them. And we all just played in the woods and had a great time. So, yeah.
Bre Regan, and one more time, give the website, please.
cancerbridges.org.
It's John and Rachel. Stay with us for your Jagoff Late Night.
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that could provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Rachel and John, because Rachel did come in hot on two wheels, and our guest here wanted the toast, so you're here. So
Who are guests?
our ROBBY INCMIKOSKI,
Look at you knowing how to say that name.
right? And a legend, even at this young age in Pittsburgh. But you both welcome to the set, so go ahead.
Thank you. All right, salute. Wait, are you a salute, a cilantro? What are you?
No.
Salute? Salute, yeah. Back.
Yeah, salute.
Did you see that look he gave me? Had a drink on camera finally. From the Space Cowboys at the Space Bar. That was outstanding.
Yeah.
And it is. Get a little secret. I had one before I came on camera. Promise I won't be slurring my words.
Could not tell.
Well, welcome.
But to set this down.
Or so glad you're here. John had waited 8 years for you to be here.
I remember, you know what's funny? I remember when you originally had asked me to come on, I was an announcer for the Pirates at the time, and my then boss, who's a wonderful guy, so if you see this, Doug Johnson, I love you.
So it's okay.
But I disagreed with your premise that I couldn't go on this podcast because he didn't like the name Yajagoff. And he's like, well, how is going on Yajagoff benefit us? I'm like, it's lighthearted, Doug. It's fun. Yeah, none of it's offensive.
Yeah.
They celebrate our wonderful city of Pittsburgh, and they want to, just have a chat.
Well, we appreciate So, Doug, we invite you next. You're us.
Doing all 3 days in the making, everything great. It takes time.
I would highly recommend people go to the Space Bar Market Square. It was good. And they're up.
Fantastic. Their outputs are awesome. And speaking of taking some time, so you have done so many sports type things, and now you are trying your hand at book writing. You are an author.
I don't.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we went to the printer a couple nights ago, so it's kind of a crazy process. I literally stopped. I worked last year, so to give you a little bit of backstory, since spent 16 years as an announcer in Major League Baseball. I was with the Minnesota Twins for 4 years.
Okay.
Before I came here to the Pirates, I spent 11 years with the Pirates, and I love Pittsburgh. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. Go ahead, rip me. I don't control where I'm born. But born and raised in Philadelphia, and then I went to the Texas Rangers last year, and just decided it was my 16th year as a baseball announcer, and I didn't really want to chase another job around the country because I felt pretty fulfilled with my career. I didn't get ripped off. I wasn't really bitter or angry about anything. I mean, it just happened. Sportsnet Pittsburgh came in and took over. They didn't want me, and that happens. Sure is part of the business, right? It happens. So I decided to sit down and look at all the photos that I had taken over the years. I traveled with a digital camera since the 2017 season with the Pirates and with the Rangers and took pictures. I would go to the ballpark about an hour early and just take a bunch of pictures of each place because I love ballparks. And one day, my vision really, originally, to be quite honest with you, was just to make a little album to keep on my own coffee table. So when friends came over, they could just look at a bunch of cool pictures.
I love that. And like a keepsake.
Sure. And then I've had an author, Kyle Fager, who wrote the book with me. He lives in McCandless, local guy here. We're about 130 books. And said, hey, man, let's just call everybody I know around baseball and see if we can tell a few stories. And we ended up doing 122 interviews. We did a 238-page book. It's a coffee table photo book, 9 by 12. Then you open it, goes up, 2 feet wide when you open it. Bunch of pictures, bunch of stories, anecdotes. Sometimes we got the main story. Sometimes we got the story behind the story of some of the biggest moments of baseball or what the everyday experience is like at each ballpark around baseball.
I love that. So different. It's not the give me your best player and let's hear your deal.
Correct. Yeah, and it wasn't just take pictures of what the ballpark looks like. Just there's some of the access points, some of the unique artwork, some of the retired numbers, some of the unique things that you see around baseball, because anybody who likes baseball, and as I traveled the league for 16 years, I realized there are a lot of people who want to see all 30 ballparks. Sure. So I've been very fortunate to make a living going to all 30 ballparks, and I did it for 16 years, and it was a lot of fun. So I decided to utilize all that relationship capital that I had built over the years and called everybody up. And if I didn't know somebody, I called somebody who knew them.
Yeah.
And put me in connection with people, and it worked out really, really well.
So you had a lot of street cred putting this book together, huh?
I feel like I had some. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back, but I'm really proud of the product that we put out there. We worked extremely hard. And to be honest with you, I didn't pursue a job and I didn't make any money for the last year while I did this, because I knew if I was going to be successful and have to produce, if I was going to produce the best imaginable product, I was going to have to dedicate everything I had to it. So that's exactly what I did for the last year. So if people ask, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm doing nothing. I'm just writing a book.
So
and I saved money, and I did the math, and I was able to pay my bills and still do it.
Is it like asking a parent their favorite kid? Like, no, I know if they tell
No
stories.
No, well, there's a lot of great stories in there, but probably the one I'm most proud of. Obviously, you know who Jackie Robinson? Yes, right. Do you know who broke the American League color barrier? And it's not a trick question. I'm not trying to.
No, I blast.
So it's Larry Doby. Okay. It was 81 days after Jackie Robinson made his major league debut. Larry Doby made his debut for the Cleveland Indians. It was July 5th, 1947, when he made his debut. And Larry's son is a friend of mine, Larry Jr., and he told the story about his father, what it was like being Larry Doby's son. Larry, who had to deal with all the awful things that Jackie dealt with, but didn't get a lot of the credit that Jackie got. Well, as a dad, Larry raised his son to remember all the good guys and remember all the guys that treated him well. So that was a really cool story that he shared with us, Josie, in the book called Sacred Grounds.
I was actually going to go the route of in terms of ballparks, because you talk about that as well. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, so
it's PNC.
Nothing tops PNC Park, and that's not even biased. That's just true. Yeah. Anywhere you go around baseball, PNC Park is the most beautiful place in all baseball. Yeah, when you look at the setup, look, the teams had their struggles. I know Bob Nutting's an easy target, all that. I get all that, but the team, they work really hard. There are a lot of competent people in that organization. There are people that work extremely hard to put that organization in position to have success. The results haven't been what they, fans have wanted to, and that's obvious, but they're working hard. I don't think they're that far away. That's on the baseball side. Sure. When you look at the ballpark, they did renovations 4 years ago, I believe, and Janet Marie Smith, the lady who did the renovations at PNC Park, actually wrote the foreword in my book.
Oh, wow.
And she designed Camden Yards, essentially. Oh, okay. And Camden Yards is my second favorite ballpark. So when you ask, Pittsburgh and Baltimore are my two favorite ballparks. Okay, I had a chance.
Wasn't Camden Yards or the field in Cleveland, Jacob Field?
Jacob Field.
Because wasn't that the start of this new era?
No, it was Toronto at first. Oh, okay. And then it was Baltimore was second after that. All right. So the Jake came in the 90s, I think it was 94, when Jacobs Field, now known as Progressive, 94 was built. I'm just kidding. A couple of years after that, but yeah, Baltimore was like the new ballpark, and it's maintained its charm over the decades, and it's kind of timeless. And the way they designed it is just gorgeous. So for any baseball fans out there that, you really want to see a ballpark that you can get to relatively inexpensively, you can get in your car, drive 4 hours, and be at Baltimore. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg as if you'd have to fly somewhere.
Robbie, can people pre-order them?
Yes, they can. It's at my website, ROBBYINC.com. The big box outlets online just take way too much of a percentage. Yeah. So I produced it with a team at Ascender Book Services, and people go on and pre-order right now. $55, only charge a $5 shipping. And I have a website that is kind of parallel to the book with thousands more pictures. Oh, wow. Okay. Interviews, transcripts.
It's like the Patreon.
Yes.
No, that's nice to see.
What's it's just, it's out there, and we just have a bunch more information out there. So if you like baseball, you're going to love this book on the website. That's my promo, and that's what I got for you.
Just a reminder, it's John and Rachel, it's late night. We're finally talking to Robbie because John has literally been waiting. Between you and Greg Brown, I don't know that this guy could go on. He just...
Yeah, silly string, as a matter of fact. He sprayed us with silly string. Yes, he did.
He let us out. Pissed us just us. What can I figure something like that?
So we definitely want people to buy your book. We want people to patron you. We recognize you as a Pittsburgher, but you have to answer our question of the day. And did you bring us a junk drawer?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is it a 50-some page book? No.
No, it's poop emoji. There's a great story behind this. You mentioned Bowmer. Can I tell a very quick story?
Absolutely, yeah.
So friends of mine, Paul Hill, Tracy White, they're the first fans that kind of followed my career. I was an in-arena host for the Bowie Bay Sox. It's a AA baseball team at Bowie, Maryland, 30 minutes outside of Baltimore. And I did that also for the Baltimore Blast soccer team. They're still in existence too, an indoor soccer team.
Okay.
And they kind of followed my career the whole way since I was in between innings host for a AA baseball team. And I would always use the poop emoji when they would text me certain things, or when we would lose a bad game, I would just send it. So Tracy kind of got kind of loved that I did it. And she sent me so many different like poop emoji things. So I have like a pen, a keychain, and a rake, paper hose. So she sent me 3 of these. Now, sadly, we lost Rachel 2019, November 2019, but I keep a couple of these. And I want this to go in your junk drawer just because of the story that's behind it.
Sean, I feel like we're going to use this. Like, it's the dish. This is so
Yeah, I know. So leave each other smart out.
Oh, we will. Oh, there's down. Think of me. We so much more behind this than you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, I love that. All right, John, what is the question of the day?
Rohrich Question, Rohrich Honda Gas for the day is really based upon your book, knowing that baseball fields are essentially sacred ground. But when you go back to your childhood, what's that one sacred ground, playground, woods, place you play?
You know what? I was thinking about this as you were going over this with previous guests. Yeah. So for me, this is going to sound crazy, but I swear this is the truth. My buddies and I, growing up, when we were in grade school and high school, we loved to play street hockey. It was our favorite thing to do. So at night, and I was not a kid that really ran around the streets a lot. I was always playing ball, and my mom would say, get home, right? I have to be within shouting distance because we didn't have cell phones, obviously, showing our ages. But we would always go to the overpass outside the old Veterans Stadium. So it was on 10th Street, and I-76, which takes you to the wall and the bridge. If anybody's been, there was an overpass. We used to tape our hockey net at nighttime, and we would set
Stop
up.
it.
And we would sit up under the overpass, and we would play hockey under there at night.
I have anxiety.
And that was my way. But it was under the overpass, so it was only the traffic on 10th Street we had to worry about. But they always saw us coming. At least none of us died. None of us got hit by a car, so we lived to tell about it. But we loved doing it. It was my favorite thing to do. Friday and Saturday nights, we would play until I was like late enough where I knew I was going to get yelled at, but not too late where I wasn't going to get grounded and be able to play hockey again. So that
is a great story.
That is the next book. Where did you play hockey in the dangerous places when you were a kid?
And we're actually going to produce a new book every opening day. That's my goal from now on. Not going to be as comprehensive as this one. I'm going to launch a new book every opening day. This one's going to be more text and with some photos, but trying to tell just the story behind the story because it kind of took off a little bit as we were mentioning it to some people and showing it. People showed some interest, so we're going to try to do it.
Well, you'll know who to hit up. Let Tracy know so that we can get you back. One more time, what is your website so the people...
It's so the book is called Sacred Grounds, and it's being sold only on my website, Robbie. It's ROBDYINC.com. And I would love to have you check it out. You can see the sample pages on there. You can see photos. You can see the interviews that we have posted so far and tours around each ballpark.
Just hit.
John,
Do it.
we're so glad you were here. We need to bring you back. We need to talk more. It is John and Rachel Yajagoff Late Night. Next up is music by Eric Pappy Wingrad. I need to find out why it's Pappy.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city. We provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
John and Rachel, welcome back to Yajagoff Late Night. You know, John's usually the one screwing up names, but it is Eric Pappy Wingrad. Did I say it better?
You got it.
Okay, we're a little better this time, so welcome. And so how long have you been in the music industry? Is this something that you've done as a hobby? Have you made it a career?
So, not really a hobby. It's like a second job. And I've been doing
In a good way.
In a good way. Oh, yeah. I've been playing music professionally for about 40 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Always here at Pittsburgh, or?
So, I would do stuff in Pittsburgh when I was a teenager.
Uh-huh.
I got to play around. Nothing major or anything, but, you know, in front of people, and got paid for it. So that's what I consider professional. There. And then I moved to the Philadelphia area, Westchester. I played out there. I played out in the Philly area with the band. I moved out there specifically to play with these guys. and was out there for 10 years. And once my daughter came into existence, I was like, we have to come back to Pittsburgh. Settle down, and so that is where. That's what caused me to come back to Pittsburgh, and then I just started playing around solo gigs and figured out it's the best way to meet people, and
So true.
picked up a couple.
With different routine now.
Yeah.
It's very, it's interesting to see that you can really perform in so many different places that you did.
Oh yeah. And I got to tell you, I've heard some negative things from the, World Wide Web about the Pittsburgh music scene here and there. It is a phenomenal Friday. That's free.
What do they know?
Don't know. But you're getting prepared to be in Dormont. Is that right?
Yeah. This Saturday afternoon, the Dormont Arts Fest is happening. Rain or shine. And I'll be performing with my friend Al Rybert, who is a phenomenal singer. And just a lovely person in general. She's one of my best friends. So we perform, we call ourselves T Leo when we get together. But we'll be performing at the Dormont Arts Fest. That is happening all day. It's Steeltown Horns are playing there. Confluence is playing. They're dancing. It's Confluence Dance Group. It's going to be a really beautiful afternoon. And I know people are welcome. Budding artists, younger kids, whoever, if you want to hang up your work, as long as it's not for sale. You're going to add up and display it. It's a really, really beautiful event.
That's great thoughts. Where can we find out more to see where else you're performing?
Oh, geez. Well, I have two websites that we use. My main band is The Cause, and so you can go to thecausejams.com and see our dates there. Our next show for The Cause is actually at Moondogs, one of our favorite. It's just such a hairy vibe there. So we're playing there on the 19th. And my other band is called Rubens Painted Mandolin, which is a tribute to the Jerry Garcia band. It's a lot of soul and gospel and
Quite the
music. Yeah,
I love
Gary Garcia picked just a beautiful selection of songs that played outside the Grateful Dead, and so it's always a rotating lineup of different musicians I get to play with.
Reminder that it's John and Rachel. It's Yajagoff Late Night, and we always have musicians perform for us, so we get to hear you perform next. But before we do that, did you bring us a junk drawer?
I did not.
Oh, that's okay. We'll cut it. And
hi everyone, this is Taylor Spirito with Visit Pittsburgh here to tell you the 412 to-dos. If you're a fan of festivals, then this is the weekend for you. For those itching to get a taste from across the pond, right here at home, the 11th annual Pitsburgh Festival is calling your name. Pitsburgh brings the welcoming atmosphere of a British local pub to the Steel City, with events designed to cater to Pittsburghers of all persuasions, and this annual festival is the pinnacle of the celebration. Join British-themed festivities throughout the city of Pittsburgh from now until Sunday the 7th. Some highlights include an afternoon tea at Mansions on 5th, Pitsburgh Ale keg tapping, World War I music night, and of course, a little bit of Shakespeare. But that's just scratching the surface of all that this festival has to offer. The original Pittsburgh Taco Festival hits the Stacks at Three Crossings on Saturday, September 6th. Created as an opportunity to benefit food trucks and startups, the festival now attracts vendors from beyond the metro area and tens of thousands of taco enthusiasts. Stroll through an array of top-notch vendors where the aroma of Mexican spices will beckon you into trying soul-comforting bites. Alongside scrumptious food offerings and an immersive cultural experience, the festival also aims to support nonprofit organizations that aid Pittsburgh's Latin American community. And speaking of immersive cultural experiences, the Kerry Blast Furnace will be painted green with the Pittsburgh Irish Festival from Saturday through Sunday. The Pittsburgh Irish Festival has celebrated the rich culture of Ireland and its ties to the Steel City for more than 30 years, encapsulated in the music and the food, the brews and dance featured throughout the festival. And for football fans specifically, the Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting activities at the festival to celebrate the black and gold playing in Dublin's first ever NFL game later this month. You only need to be Irish at heart to join this only in Pittsburgh celebration. And for any other events, festivals, performances, and more, be sure to check out visitpittsburgh.com. Until next time.
Wow. there. This is Pappy from The Cause and Ruben's Painted Mandolins, and this is an original song. A very long title called Headed for the Day of the Lord. Let's get it on tonight. Sun come up this morning. Now it's a Saturday night. Midnight on ballroom, come and everybody feel alright. We eat all together, feel so good and right. Tomorrow comes Sunday, Lord, so let's get it on tonight. Well, we ain't ready to be saints. Come on, sinners, throw the dance in the air. Shake it, bake it, take it now. We gonna lay our soul to bed. Come on down and look around. You know that'll be something there. So move your feet, boy. Jump right in. Tomorrow wanna soon be in. Yes, it will. Now we're headed for the day and heading for the day of the Lord. Oh, that sun gonna rise once more. Yes, we're headed for the day, headed for the day of the Lord. Come on, everybody sing. One more time, yeah. Now we're here to feed a big head on the dance, Lord. Now you know that song gonna rise real small. Yes, we're headed for the day and headed for the day of the Lord. Come on, everybody sing. One more time, oh yeah. The sun come up, this was on. Now it's a Saturday night. Midnight on the ball, we clock, everybody feel alright. We keep all together. It's so good and right. There's your mom gonna be Sunday long, so let's get it on tonight. Tomorrow gonna be Sunday long, so let's get it on tonight. Yeah. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on tonight. Let's get it on tonight. Let's get it on tonight. Let's get it on tonight.
Dude, that's awesome. Even Donnie's in this Bobby.
Good song. You're very unassuming. I was not expecting it. Makes us want to come out to drink.
Glasses, by the way. Right? Yeah, they got perfect glasses.
Thank you so much. Yeah, there you go. So are we asking the Rohrich Honda question of the day?
Do it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, the Rohrich Honda question of the day is, we talked about ballparks being the sacred ground. What was your sacred ground when you, as a kid, you go by this ballpark, this set of woods, this street corner?
It's really easy. So my mom bought a house when I was about 9 years old in the best location in the city of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It's a little teeny street that dead ends at Frick Park.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, I know every square inch of that park at this point in my life. And it's still to this day when I go there, I just get the feeling when I walk through Frick Park And down by like where the Bowling Greens are, and then that's where you start hitting the trails. I don't know if you know at the end of the street there where the Bowling Greens are. And I just started hitting the trails, and it's just everything goes away. And during the whole lockdown in COVID, like I would take 11, 12-mile walks. It is the most beautiful place. I'd see what's your my place? What's yours?
Legion Park.
Legion Park.
Yeah.
We are right there in Brighton Heights. Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot. It's probably a pizza place. That's Grelly's Pizza in Nikki's Rocks. There you go.
There you go. Thank you so much. I know I wasn't here for everything, but I know we had some really great guests, and we really appreciate your time. We love telling Pittsburgh stories. Thank you for letting us tell yours. It is John and Rachel. It's Yajagoff Late Night. We'll see you next week.